Well, many of you know Tyler Perry from his blockbuster movies and hit TV shows. Tyler knows exactly how these men, all of you, are feeling, and many of you who are watching today, because just a few weeks ago, he shared his own story of childhood abuse. Take a brief look, will you? How would you describe your childhood?
For me, a living hell. You know, I was able to, somewhere along the way, that my saving grace was I learned how to leave myself. I remember my mother and my aunt taking me to the park.
Look at your cute self there. Yeah.
Yeah, it's hard for me to look at. Okay, it's hard for me to look at those pictures because I feel like I died as a child.
In addition to being regularly beaten by his father, Tyler says he was sexually abused, starting at 5 years old by a man across the street.
I'm building a birdhouse, and, you know, he had his hands in my pants. So I'm sitting there, and I'm thinking, what is this? And I felt my body betraying me because I felt, it's odd because I felt an erection at that age.
At that age.
That's all I remember about him. And the next person I remember was a nurse in the hospital. I had been rushed to the emergency room from school for something, and a male nurse comes in, and he was doing the same thing that this man was doing. And again, I left myself. And then there was the man in the church who, you know, used God and the Bible against me, you know, to justify a lot of the things that were going on. It was so horrible. And that was the first time, my first sexual experience was with this man performing oral sex on me as a boy.
Tyler also talked about being raped by a friend's mother when he was just 10 years old. So how have you felt since that interview, releasing that in such a worldwide way?
I feel lighter.
Really?
I feel lighter, as if I took the weight of the world off my shoulders. And I'm hoping that in talking about it, that it's helping a lot of other men to be free, because there are so many of us who don't say anything. So yeah, I feel a lot lighter.
And one of the things you and I have talked about, and also talked about briefly on that show, is that it's so difficult for men to talk about this, period.
Yeah.
So isn't it phenomenal that we have 200 men here?
I think they all should be applauded. This is really, really
Let's
awesome.
applaud your show.